All right, guys, thanks for watching. My name's Zach Shoemaker, that's Carlos Canizales, and this is Loose Laces presented by Fourth and Shoe. Before we go ahead and get started, I'm going to go ahead and shout out one of our sponsors.
Shout out.
Fellas, if you're going brain dead on a gift for that significant other in your life, we've got just the business for you. Flowers by Taylor is a locally owned floral arrangements business located in League City that provides delivery orders throughout the South Houston area. The positive reviews have been stacking up, and this is the gal to get in touch with for all your floral needs. You can contact her and place your orders at flowersbytaylor.com or even call 281-815-2051 for service inquiries. Go ahead and use the promo code 35F7DA5 for free shipping on any of your orders. And all right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the NBA news going on.
Shout out.
Rockets versus Portland. Took their first L of the season, which is kind of a bummer.
That's why I said we were going to go 7-1 in the bubble. I don't know if you remember that from last episode.
Oh, yeah, and it looks a little bit even better with some news coming out today about that Lakers game. But
yeah, so first let's recap the last game real quick. Unfortunately, we did lose 110-102 to Portland. It was a neck-to-neck game, honestly. It was going back and forth. Like I said, I was more excited about this one than the following game just because, to me, this was more of a playoff intensity.
Yeah, it really was.
Like I said, their backs really were against the wall, and they were really swinging.
It was another big test because Portland is, I think, statistically the tallest team in the league, pretty much, and Nurkic kind of just had a field day inside. And
Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside also had a pretty big day, especially rebounding. They doubled our rebound numbers. We had 39 to 64.
I mean, that was going to be...
It's a product of small ball, but still, man.
The thing is, we had so many open shots that didn't go in.
No.
And so with that being said, they'll get the rebound and that defense transition.
So we were bragging on Covington earlier in the week, but he went 2 from 11 this game, all of it from 3.
Yeah, I want to say...
Only scoring 6 points.
We barely had anyone in double figures.
All of we shot somewhere around 39 as a team, which isn't very hot. Harden was 7 for 17, not too great. And then Russell went 5 for 2 at the foul line. And that's like his game. Yeah. Like he's going to try to beat you inside, and he's going to pick up those foul calls. He's got to capitalize on.
I would say the one bright side of this whole thing, because we weren't having a great game at all, but the one person that was giving us some light.
Jeff Green?
Yeah,
22.
My man.
Off the bench, yeah.
Literally 1 point shot from leading the team in points. It was just...
No, yeah. He almost beat Harden.
Yeah,
he had, kind of a slower day, but...
And that's the thing. It's a slower day for him.
Right.
A great day for another player.
But if we could just get him rolling... Like, Westbrook only had 15. We lost the game by 8. Think if Westbrook hits one more of the shots, gets one or more of the shots up, and hits a little bit better at the foul line, not even goes perfect at the foul line, but give us 7-12, give us 8-12.
There was a couple things that did upset me about this game. A lot of fouls on James. There was one in particular that was so egregious to me, I couldn't believe it.
Like a bad call?
It was so bad. Really? You know what I'm saying? Damian Lillard has the ball in his left hand. He's driving it to the hole. James is right beside him. James, I believe, already had a couple fouls, so he's trying to avoid.
He's been in foul trouble all these games.
The video, he is literally running away from Damian Lillard. Before Damian Lillard puts up the shot, he screams, "And one," smacks his hand, puts it up. Refs fucking call it, and one. I couldn't believe it. It just. I think tough. ESPN or someone.
I mean, Dame's gonna get calls like that because he's a premier player. But no, that is tough.
But that one was just too tough to swallow. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, it was a down game. It would have been great going 4-0 through this. I actually had them going 2-2, and I think you're right. I think they're going to end this 4-game grueling little gauntlet at 3-1, hopefully after tonight. But
I hope so.
Yeah, Melo kind of bailed them out in the end. Yeah. That 3-pointer with 50 left was the dagger.
He only had 2 3-pointers, but that last one was the one that sealed it for us, or for them, I guess. And so,
But no. If Harden's only going to put up 23, we need somebody else to get in 20 that isn't Jeff Green off the bench. I appreciate it.
I do. But
I need Russell.
It doesn't always fall on Russell. I mean, it does usually. Those are main guys, but we also have great, supporting cast in Austin Rivers, House. They just need to pick it up.
Against a point-scoring team like Dame and McCollum, you definitely need more production out of your starting five for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But so we're gonna go ahead and preview tonight's game.
Yeah.
Versus the Lakers.
It's going to be a good game. I was hoping it would be a little bit more exciting with the King present, but unfortunately...
Yeah, the biggest news.
Yeah. Not too long ago, they reported that James will not be participating in today's game. He had, I believe, a
sore groin.
Yeah,
sore groin. It might have been from getting his butt whipped by OKC yesterday. But
we'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah, so not to mention it is a back-to-back game, so I understand. And since they did clinch the first,
right, that's what my whole thing is. After they clinch the first, these are basically just warm-up games for the
just
playoffs.
to keep them in tune.
They have nothing to lose.
But at the same time, you don't want to lose that edge.
That's a good point. They have nothing to really gain. That's what I meant to say.
Exactly, but they have tonight's game still. I feel like it's still going to be a very close game.
They want to win this one.
Yeah, even without LeBron, well, this thing, Lakers and Rockets are both coming off a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Even without LeBron, Lakers are still going to want to show their dominance. And we'll see if AD can take them to the promised land. I don't think so.
It is. I will say it is pretty wild going on the betting sites and looking at all the odds and everything, and the Rockets are favored.
Yeah,
they're about 3-point favorites right now.
Right now, I was looking at one of the websites. The spread, I believe, was just 1 point. That's how.
It depends on where you look, but the Rockets favorited today for sure. And I might have some money on it, but that's neither here nor there. So, I guess moving on from that. So what do you have tonight?
I have a
winning for sure.
7-1. From the get-go.
He's already given up his one loss. That's right. Luckily, the back half of the schedule is nowhere near as tough as these.
I want to say
4 games.
Yeah, exactly. Those first 4 games were going to be our toughest ones. After that, so after our Lakers game tonight, Sunday night will be our only non-national TV game, televised game, because we are playing against not the King LeBron, but
the Kings, the Sacramento Kings. Which I understand why they were there. They're technically still kind of in the running.
Yeah,
I think they're 2 games back on the 8th seed. I believe
their chances increased today because they finally got their first win, beating the Pelicans.
And the Grizzlies have just fallen off. I think the Grizzlies are in the 8th seed right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if they only win 2 more games the rest of the year.
It's just it's not their season. Like I said, if it was the regular season, no hiatus, they were on a roll.
They were.
Really
it's a young squad, so I could see, and they're out. Jaren Jackson isn't playing right now, so no, they're definitely on the downslide. And the Suns, man, my Phoenix Suns, 4-0 in the bubble.
They're the only undefeated team right now.
We talked about it. Ayton came out in that article before the bubble season started, and he said, this is our best chance. This is our year.
No,
Devin Booker's been scratching and clawing for it, and they're fighting. They're really coming for it.
They see an opportunity, and they're down to take it. So, good luck to them. I don't think they're gonna take the West, but good luck, my guys.
It's pretty much a three-team race, and it's not even really 3-team. I'm just pulling for the Suns. It's really Portland and Spurs. Portland Spurs.
Like I said, man, never count out Pops.
No, right. Yeah, he wants to play spoiler too once he gets in. Oh yeah, so in my book, Pelicans, Grizzlies, might as well pack it up and head home. Spurs, Portland, Suns.
Just getting that cardio work at this point.
Yeah, they're just live practice for the rest of the week. It's insane. So before we move on, let's get a little best bet going.
Okay.
So for the Kings Rockets game, I think it's safe to say we both have a Rockets W.
Yeah, exactly.
So over under on the spread at 6. Are you over or under?
Over.
Over?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said we have to win by 6?
Yeah.
Yes, way over.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If someone bets and they get that 6, no way. I'm gonna be upset because the Sacramento Kings should not be anywhere near that final score. How close we were.
Okay. Yeah. No, I guess I'll go ahead and take the under on that. Do we want to make it spicy with a little something?
Spicy.
Yeah. How about a
spicy pea in the mix?
A hot sauce covered banana. No.
Let's do a hot sauce covered pizza slice.
No, that's not good enough.
Not good enough.
No. The banana, bro.
The banana. All right.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
All right. So if the Rockets win by under, if they lose, we suck at predictions.
Yeah, no.
But if it's under 6, you gotta eat the banana. If it's over 6, or
If
yeah,
it's
if it's
over-
over 6, I gotta eat the Cholula covered banana
Cholula.
on the next show.
All right.
All right, so we got our little first silly wager out of the way.
got.
So before moving on, I think we've got something we want to let everybody know about.
So yeah, we want to give a quick we'll give a quick shout out to SPG Inc. They're a local business that makes custom shirts, logos, face masks, and so much more. They actually provided us with our logo. We plan on collaborating with them on merch here in the near future, so go ahead and hit them up on Instagram at SPGX Inc.
Absolutely.
Right on.
And so actually, before we move on from basketball, we just got a little bit of some more news out of the league.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bunch of major news that happened. One I want to start off with is the Philadelphia 76ers. Unfortunately, Ben Simmons, he had a partial dislocation on his left kneecap in the third quarter of the Washington Wizards game.
Mm-hmm.
The timetable for his return is unknown right now because they're still, testing him, seeing how he is because it's a fresh injury. But some of the reports coming out saying that he probably will not return this season. So that's going to be a big blow to the
that's huge for the
76ers.
Sixers. They've been streaky anyways.
They have
Embiid's
been
been
streaky.
balling though.
Yeah, no, he really has.
The last 4 games are over. He's been putting up over 25 points. That's pretty wild.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
For a big
yeah.
man, it's some Hakeem stylish stuff.
No, yeah, it's insane, but that's a huge loss.
Yeah.
Man. And just another anecdote. The Wizards, if they lose one more game, they are going to be
Automatically eliminated.
they'll be behind the Charlotte Hornets, who aren't in the bubble seeding. If they lose one more time, the Charlotte Hornets are officially in the 8 seed race.
Washington Wizards definitely went to the bubble for a cardio workout. There was nothing
There's
there
no
for
point.
them.
No point at all.
And then one thing I also wanted to mention, just because I had noted it a little bit earlier, Oklahoma City Thunders.
Yeah, it's shocking everybody because nobody saw this coming before the season.
Not at all.
But
They're silent. They're very quiet. No one's giving them any love because they were supposed to have a rebuild year.
Right.
But
Chris Paul is playing some of his best ball. I think he's playing better for the Thunder than he played for us.
It's because he has, I feel like, a bigger role.
Right, yeah, no, it's his
his
shit. And
But
then
not
he's got
to
Steven Adams.
Steven
in the
Adams,
backside.
he has Shea Alexander.
Shea
he
Gilgeous.
has Schroeder.
Schroeder,
there's a lot of great. That's the thing. On other teams, you can, for example, James. If you can stop James, you can probably win. They'll probably be rusty.
They low key remind me of the Spurs, like a well run, professional. All of them
Anyone
contribute.
can have a night.
They're all pretty solid.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a team to look out for.
I just want to know, in that game when they beat the Lakers, it was almost a 20-point.
Whooped them.
But one of the things that I saw that I was so funny. It was a straight Shaq in the fool. Someone lays it up or trying to give an alley-oop to LeBron. It was so out of place. LeBron somehow magically catched it and just kind of tossed it back up. It bounces on the rim, and it was just like a circus.
Yeah.
Fortunately for them, AD comes in at the last second and just dunks it in. But I was like, man,
Hey, they beat him so bad, LeBron is not playing tonight. So we'll just say that for sure. But so I think that's going to wrap up all the NBA news. So we'll go ahead and
go on to the major leagues.
Yeah, Major League Baseball.
So we'll recap. Tonight is the last game of the Arizona Astros series.
But last night's game, man.
We'll get there. You want to start off with that?
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way, man. Pull the plug on it.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. Well, we got our butts kicked.
So we went up early. I think it was either 3 or 4.
We were up 4-0. Yeah.
Fourth inning happened. They opened the roof. McCullers was not happy. After the game, he came out and said, I think his exact quote was, "Opening the roof in the fourth quarter is ass." I'm quoting. This is a legit quote from an artist like this presser.
You already know pitchers are very superstitious.
No,
so
exactly.
any little thing that will change is gonna.
At the same time, though, I don't think opening the roof. 9 runs. He kind of messed up his ERA on that.
I'm just gonna say, Lance, I believe in you. I think it was the roof. The wind comes into effect and
balls carry. Yeah, balls carry further.
So, but yeah, they out hit us. What was it? I think 18 to. Or sorry.
14-7.
No.
The actual hits.
Yeah, the actual hits. It was unbelievable. They have. I want to say it was 16-8. They literally just doubled us on everything.
And definitely didn't help Altuve, our guy, going 0-5.
And that's his 4th time doing it since he's been in the major leagues.
That's insane.
So, I mean, it's the 2nd time this season, I will say.
Yeah, he's having a bad year, man. And it's only amplified because of the 60-game season, really.
Yeah, they're magnifying everything. So it's
if you look historically, Altuve, Springer, they usually do kind of start a little bit slow and they ramp up. But we don't really have time for that right now. No.
We need you to hit the ground running.
We're 2 games behind the A's right now.
Yeah.
We can't have game like the Diamondbacks were one of the worst scoring teams in Major League Baseball with 28 runs in 10 games. Last night they scored 14.
Half the shit.
They just boosted their whole total by 50%.
I do want to get to game 1 because it's not like we got smacked both games. We did beat them pretty good.
Yeah, it was 8, right? 8-0 or 8. Oh, 8-2. You said 8-2. Yeah.
And not to mention, Christian Javier pitched his first game as a starter. Went phenomenal. 6 innings. He only had 1 run. I believe an ERA of 1.42.
He's the only bright spot, pretty much on the pitching side, I think. Greinke's,
as of right now,
Greinke's kind of off and on, but at least he's not McCullers sliding and all these other people.
Greinke, the last game, he had a pretty solid game. We just didn't have that good of a hitting that night. So
we beat that dead horse all the time. I can't say enough about how trash they've been.
But one good thing is Correa is on fire, bro. That game 1, he was 3 for 3. Hit a home run the 2nd inning. And
he's hitting over 300 right now.
Yeah, quick feet allowed him to get safe in third base when there was an error pitched. It was just
right now. I think it's a combination of pitching can be better in spots. The defense last night, man, that inside the park home run by Calhoun. That's another thing too. I mean, we're gonna kind of dig in on them because they lost to the Diamondbacks. But it's one of those fluky things with baseball where their best hitters, what was it, Walker, right? Christian, Starling Marte, the Marte brothers. Their best hitters put up, I don't think they're brothers. But their best hitters were doing what they normally do, hitting balls. And then the backup half of their lineup, the rest of their lineup were also having field days. So it just it was the perfect disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Just brewing.
Tonight, I have a good feeling we're going to take this game, take the series, and move on to our next game.
So we've actually got somebody new stepping up, or somebody not normally in the rotation. Brandon Balek. He's only pitched 5 and 2/3 innings this year, but he's only given up 1 run on 4 hits, and he's struck out 6 batters. So he's not... So far from the small sample size, it's looked pretty good.
It looks pretty good. That's probably one of the reasons why they gave him the go ahead to start right now because without Verlander, we have to find someone for that 4th spot.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going up against Gallen tonight, which he's given up around 3 or 4 ERA. So,
well, I was going to say, not to mention, finally we got Michael Brantley back. Unfortunately, he was on the IR for the last game, so for now he's coming back as a designated hitter. So we're excited for that. We needed that juice, Bubba.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Springer, Altuve, I'm pretty sure they're still hitting under 200. I know Altuve is 100%.
I know, but the thing is, the last game, George's been hitting. It's not over 200 yet, but he's hitting a little bit. He's getting a couple home runs. And game 1, I saw Jose did hit another home run. It's just not as consistent. That's the thing.
But it's not even inconsistent. It's like it's either the top of the mountain or the bottom of the barrel. There's no in between with these guys. Yeah, it's frustrating. But so we'll move on, I guess, from this Diamondback.
From this series, we're gonna go to.
Do you have a win tonight?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think I have a win too.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a lot closer than people are guessing on this one.
Yeah. So to preview the next series, the final series of the road trip is gonna be in Oakland. We're going to see our division rivals.
Yeah, this is an important series right here.
It's very important. This is a deciding factor who's going to take that top. There's still a lot of games to play, but
we're 2 games back right now. So this, depending on how the series goes, if we get the 2-1, we're going to be tied for the first.
Yeah.
If we get the 3 sweep,
yeah,
we've got it.
Right on.
So
I like that.
Something to look out for.
Right on.
One of the better teams in the league, though, man. They've been playing really good baseball.
Yeah, I was not expecting that from them.
No, yeah. Kemp, Chapman. What's the
on Loreno.
Yeah, he's been balling.
Yeah,
Loreno
no,
has
he's
been absolutely
he's
balling.
leading their team with a 295 batting average, and then Tony Kemp's right behind him at 294. So they're doing pretty good for their team. I just said, but the one thing that I will note, the teams that they have faced aren't the best teams. Rangers, Seattle.
Yeah, they've been playing a lot in the division, which besides
it's
like the
benefiting
Astros and maybe the A's, the division's kind of weak. It's definitely
Exactly.
weaker. Those are two, like, I think the Mariners, right? The Mariners are like 1 or 2 wins. And then I know that
Rangers
the
are
Rangers are
3
3 and 8.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
Something
saying.
like
I'm not trying to give them too much praise to athletics because
And we
show me
open-
someone who really
Right. It's a good litmus test too for the Astros because I mean, shoot, man, we're giving up 14 runs to the Diamondbacks. It's going to be a big series. It's definitely going to be really
write
important.
that one
for the
down
rest
as
of
a
the
fluke game.
Yeah, no,
that
you could call it
that.
that.
The only time that we've gotten beaten that bad so far this season.
Yeah.
Every other game, I believe it's like maybe 2 to 3 runs max.
Mhm.
Usually just 1.
Mhm.
Those damn extra innings.
No, but the A's, the 3rd team in the AL right now behind the Twins and the Yankees. So that's why this is pretty huge.
Wow.
They're a good team. They are a good team.
Yeah.
And then I guess, and the first 2 pitchers that are going to be facing off in that game is going to be Zach Greinke with a 2.9 ERA versus Chris Bassett with a 3.81 ERA.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we wrap up this D-backs tonight with a win, and then we go ahead and
Move on forward.
start in a good roll.
Finish them off in Oakland and come back home so we can do some damage here.
Absolutely. So before we move on from MLB, we're going to go ahead and touch on some of the bigger topics around the league, not Astros related. My guy, one of the big hype trains I was on in the preseason was
Beast from the Far
Ohtani.
East.
Yeah, and he's looks like he's done pitching for the rest of the year.
He'll still be active, player on the
He'll be
roster,
hitting.
but he won't be pitching. So it's
That's
just
tough.
it's just one of those dual threat things that you love to see.
It's always tough to see like a bright star like that
Exactly.
by injury.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So good luck to you, my man. Hopefully your
Mhm.
shoulder gets healthier.
Somebody to look out for, the Chicago Cubs, man. We don't really talk too much about it. I'm sorry.
The Cubbies, okay.
Yeah, no, because they're in the NL, but they are playing really good baseball right now. They're 9-1 through their last 10. Yeah, on a 6-game streak.
But you got to remember too, a lot of these, everyone's for the most part, a lot of their games are in division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you have a weaker division, you're gonna have a better record.
I don't think they necessarily have a weak division, but
Well, no, I know what I'm saying, but I'm talking about
9-1 in baseball, man, on a 6-game streak. Guess who the only other team on a 6-game streak is?
I don't want to hear it.
The A's, who we're about to go have to see.
We're gonna mess that up.
And they just beat up on the Rangers or the Mariners. Somebody, they just beat up on them. So, yeah.
Two teams.
But, yeah, the Cubs looking good. Right now, the Cubs are the best team in the NL, and the Twins are the best team in the AL. And the Twins, man, they are running away with it. They're the best offensive team pretty much in baseball. It's stupid run numbers. 8-2 in their last 10, the Twins. And, yeah, with the Yankees right behind them. The Yanks, yeah, unfortunately. I appreciate all the money I've won off of you. But when I'm not betting on you, can go ahead and lose. But and then shout out Colorado
Rockies. How are they
Shout out Rockies. They're tied with the Dodgers for first in the NL West. So we definitely are Rockies fans here. Yeah, we don't want the Dodgers getting a good little bye or anything like that. We want them to go ahead and beat each other up over there.
I'll accept that.
But I think so. Do we have any more baseball news? Really, that's pretty much going to do it for baseball.
Pretty much all for baseball right now.
All right. So before we go on to the NFL news, I'm going to go ahead and shout out our last sponsor of this episode.
Shout out.
CMC Services is located off of 45 in Rayford in the Spring area, and have been helping their local community for the past 25 years, providing services ranging from a public notary, defensive driving, to even real estate. You can give them a call at 281-719-0881 for service inquiries Monday through Saturday from 10 to 5. All right, so there's not a whole lot going on in football.
Yeah.
So we decided to go ahead and put up a little list of our top 3 non-active Texans players. So that means all-time favorite Texans.
Yep.
But they can't be on the. So sorry, J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Sorry, Deshaun Watson. It's a little early for him, but
Still,
they're not going to be on the list.
I will say he's our best quarterback that we've ever had in the franchise.
I think that's pretty easy to say.
That's a given,
I think that's a given.
So I just want to start off with. I'm going from number one. Do you want to go 3?
Let's go 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so my in number 3 spot, by the skin of my last hair here. Don't know me. Technically, he's allowed on this list, so I'm going to shout out DeAndre Hopkins. And as y'all all know, a phenomenal wide receiver that unfortunately Bill O.B.
We won't go too deep into that.
But yeah, no, I'm going to have him as my number 3 top Texans on my list.
So I'm going to actually go with Brian Cushing.
With them chompers.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite Texans. Played linebacker, was a force in the league. While he was 9 years he played for the Texans. He started every game he appeared in after being drafted by the Texans. Besides the times he was suspended some little extra help, a little some peds. But he was versatile. He played outside, inside, depending on the scheme. He was just one of those blue chip, solid linebackers that.
When he's out there, you knew he was going to.
He played up to his first round status for sure.
Luckily for us, he's still on the actual.
Yeah, he's still a part of the strength and conditioning team. Yes. He was a rookie of the year. He had a Pro Bowler. He was even on the NFL's top 100 one time. But no, definitely a stud, and we're glad he was with us for most of his time, or I think all of his time in the NFL.
I want to say it was all his time as well.
Yeah. So who's your number 2?
Number 2, one of my favorite running backs, man, Adrian Foster.
Arian Foster?
Oh, sorry, Adrian.
Adrian.
I was gonna say Adrian Peterson, but I got mixed him up. Arian Foster.
Running back too.
Yeah, he's all right. Arian Foster. Oh my goodness, what a phenomenal running back. He has 4 1,000 rushing seasons in a span of 6 years with us. Just so cutting it. I remember when he first got into the scene, no one knew who he was. Yeah. He was undrafted. I remember one of the first games I saw him play, I believe it was against the Colts, and he tore them up. And ever since then, I was a lifelong fan. Unfortunately, he wasn't, with us for a super long, extended time. But he is at the number 2. What about you?
Spoiler on that. Mine is actually Arian Foster as well. Yeah, the undrafted stud. Led the league in rushing in 2010 as well as total TDs in 2010 and 2012. The only time he wasn't a 1,000-yard rusher was when he was those 4 of the 6. Those other 2, he was on IR. So
he was injured. Yeah, exactly. So
it's small sample size, but definitely when he was here, he was one of the better running backs in the league.
He was
he actually still holds every Texans major rushing record. Yards, touchdowns.
Yeah, I will say I can believe it because we really haven't had a consistent running back since him.
No, yeah, and he was here for 6 years, but 4 of those years he was like our guy, like a blue chip back.
Man, those are great years. I'm not gonna lie. Young JJ, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson,
Matt Schaub,
Kubiak.
Hey, I like Kubiak, man. I'll take Kubiak over what we got right now. I'll say that straight up.
You know what? Yeah.
Straight up. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out.
But going on to number 1, I think we can go ahead and cut the suspense. Both of us have the same for this one. Andre Johnson, am I right?
Andre Johnson, yeah, man. He's the best wide receiver.
Texas history, for sure.
I mean, if D-Hop would have stayed with us, of course D-Hop would have surpassed him eventually. But as of now,
maybe on the stat sheet, but not in my heart.
No, I will say that just because one of the reasons why I chose Andre Johnson as my number 1 pick was he is not only an amazing person on the field, he's an amazing person.
Yeah, he was great for the community.
He was great for the city. I remember, I think it's if it was not Christmas or something.
Thanksgiving.
Was it Thanksgiving? He would go to like Toys R Us and just bring a bunch of kids, say, get whatever you want. And that's just something that, like I said, if you could be a great athlete, but I would rather you also be a great person as well. So
he was the second first rounder ever by the franchise. It was David Carr, and then it was Andre Johnson the next year.
Yeah, the following year, 2003.
He was over 900 yards in 9 of 11 seasons, which is insane to think about. led the league in catches in 2006 and 2008. Also led the league in yards 2008, 9, with over 1,500 yards each of those campaigns. 7 Pro Bowls, 4-time second-team All-Pro, 2-time first-team All-Pro, and also the Texans leader in every single receiving. Catches, yards, touchdowns. D-Hop probably was going to get close, but it's not. Now it's pretty much set in stone.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what D-Hop comes back.
Or Will Fuller balls out.
I will say, though, oh my God, I just went blank. I'm so sorry. Andre Johnson. The one thing about him that I also loved a lot, he was a silent killer.
Oh, yeah, not a talkative.
He was about that. He's literally, to me, like a Marshawn Lynch of a receiver.
He was less talkative than that.
I guess so, but you know, the only time he would talk was with his fist.
Yeah, no, that was pretty wild. Shout out Cortland Finnegan. I hope your jaw's all right still. But no, and it's good that we had him too for D-Hop. I think he was around for 2 years.
As a phenomenal mentor to him.
Yeah, you notice too, like D-Hop style is kind of like that same style.
I'm about that action. I mean, he's a little bit more vocal, but at the same time, he'll do that work, and he's, it was nice to have them both at the same time for the ride.
But those are going to be our top all-time Houston Texans. Go ahead in the comments and let us know if we got it wrong, if we got it right, who your top 3 are.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be it for us today, huh?
I think so, man. I think we want to wrap up so we can go ahead and go home and watch this
Catch this Rockets game. Yeah, absolutely.
Lakers get this L.
Capital
L.
But and don't forget our bet.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, next episode, somebody's going to, hopefully.
Remind me on the bet one more time.
So 6 points is the over-under.
For the Sacramento game.
Right.
Okay, that's right. All right.
So if they're over 6 points, I got to eat a Cholula covered banana. If they're under 6 points, you got to eat a Cholula covered banana.
I'm going to make it a platano.
We'll add 2 caveats, though. If the Kings win, it's null.
No, okay.
And if it's 6 points exactly, it's null.
Okay. I was gonna say.
No. I'm not gonna force myself that hard on it. But
all right, sounds good to me.
Absolutely, we're locking that in.
Locking it in.
Absolutely. So that's gonna be the show today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.